Are you working with strings in Pandas and finding them to be a little slower than you expected? In this video, I'm going to show you how we can use PyArrow to dramatically speed things up. So I'm going to start off with import pandas as PD. I'm going to say my file name is words.txt, and that is the standard Linux dictionary with about 200,000, 230,000 words, one word per line. And I'm going to create a series based on this. I'm going to say here, S equals a series, or pd.series, based on, I'm going to say one word dot strip for one word in open file name. Meaning we're going to iterate over this file name one line at a time. We're going to take each line, which is one word, we're going to strip it, meaning get rid of the new line and any leading or trailing white space, and turn that into a series. And if I now see, what do I have? S.head, sure enough, it's a whole bunch of words. And if I say len of S, yeah, it's 235,000 words. And the question is, I want to get the length of each word in this series. How can I do that? And the sort of naive way that I might think to do it is to use a loop. But we know that running loops in Pandas is a really bad idea. It's really going to take a long time. But how else can I do it? And the answer is I can use apply. And apply lets me say something like s.apply, and I can pass whatever function I want. For example, len, and I will get back a series in which the index matches the original series index, which is just going to be 0 through whatever the maximum number is, and the value in the series is going to be the length of each element. And that seems pretty great. Well, how long does this take to run? I'm in Jupyter, so I can say %time it, and it's going to run it a bunch of times and tell me. And so we'll see after it runs it a few times that it took overall 51 milliseconds. Now, this is where some of you are probably saying, wait. This is also not the right way to do it. Because if we're working with strings in Pandas, we can actually use the stir accessor. That is, I can say s.stir.len. And the stir accessor gives us access to a whole lot of methods that we can run on a string. So if I say s.stir.len, that runs it in what's supposed to be the best, fastest possible way. And let's compare that. Right, and if I run time it here, it's going to, again, do a whole bunch of loops. And we see that it is faster. It's 41 milliseconds instead of 51, which means it's about 12% faster. Not terrible, but is that really all the speed up we can get? That seems suspiciously not much faster. Let's do two other examples. What about getting the first character from the string? So once again, I can say s.apply of what? Well, I can use a lambda, right? I can use a lambda anonymous function. I can say lambda x, and I'll say x of 0, applying the square bracket 0. And if I say now time it on that thing, how long does that take? And it takes 24 milliseconds, 22.4 milliseconds. What if I do this now with stir.get? Stir.get is the equivalent of square bracket, so I say time it of s.stir.get 0. And we see that it takes, I'm going to keep you in suspense a little bit. Here we go. It takes longer. It takes twice as long. Instead of 22 milliseconds, taking 45 milliseconds. What is going on here? Let's do one more thing. All right, what about getting the first 3 characters? And this, of course, involves using a slice. So I'm going to say time it. I'm going to say s apply, and I'm going to say lambda x, and I'll say x, and then in square brackets, I'll say :3, meaning the first 3 characters. And this is a little more complex, right? And I can, we see that it takes 40 milliseconds. And if I say, well, why don't I do this with s.stir.slice of 0 to 3? And that will basically be the same thing. And how long does that take? And now we're going to find that it takes 32 milliseconds. Again, it's a little faster, right? It's again about, 20% faster. But something is still a little suspicious here. What is going on? How can it be that when we use these vectorized methods that are supposed to be so much faster, that we're always told we must use, it's either a little faster or slower? What is happening here? How can we justify this? And this is not a tiny data set. It's not a huge one. But 230,000 words is like, no, nothing to sneeze at. So the problem is basically the D type. If I say s.d type, we're going to see that it's O, or object. That basically these are Python objects. Yeah, of course they're Python objects, right? Well, not exactly. Usually in Pandas, we are using NumPy values behind the scenes, a NumPy array behind the scenes. So my string, right, if I have integers, if I say my, my series equals pd.series of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, we are not storing Pandas Python ints here. Instead, we are storing in 64s. These are behind the scenes is a NumPy array of integers, which are teensy weensy. They're only 64 bits apiece. But when it comes to strings, that is not what's going on. We are actually using Python strings, which means that when we run our apply, it has to go into Pandas memory. I'm sorry, go into Python memory, pull out that Python string, and then invoke the method on it. And what about when we use .stir something? It has to do the same thing. It also has to go into Python memory, pull out the string, and then work with it. Which means that the overhead here is not the method, it's not the vectorizing. The overhead is the data type itself, the fact that we have to retrieve it from Python's memory. Yeah, but what's the other option? And the other option is to use PyArrow. Now, PyArrow is experimental still for use in many parts of Pandas, but strings are actually working pretty darn well, as you're going to see. And PyArrow is the Python sort of wrapper for our client for working with the Arrow library. And Arrow is a super, super fast in-memory data structure that deals with compression, that handles strings internally. No longer will we have to go into Python memory to use strings. So how can I redo this? So I'm going to redo all of my tests here. I'm going to once again say s equals pd.series, blah, 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 exactly as I did before. But now I'm going to specify dtype equals, and I'm going to say string PyArrow. Notice, it's no longer just string. It is string with PyArrow in square brackets. And if now I say s.dtype, what is that dtype? Aha, string.pyarrow. So already we see a difference. It is being stored differently. And now if I go back to my original thing and I say, well, let's try using .apply with len. How long will that take? And the fact is it'll take about the same, 51 milliseconds and 65 milliseconds, even more. But if I run s.stir.len using the stir accessor, how long does it take? 2 milliseconds. And just to demonstrate this for you folks, 2 45 milliseconds divided by 65 milliseconds, right? This is 3% of the time, right? We have basically saved 96, 97% of the time. It is way, way faster. Okay, well, what about if I want to get the first character from the string? Can I do that with PyArrow? The answer is, of course I can. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this video, right? And so we have here apply, and that's going to take, once again, 35 milliseconds. I run with stir.get, and we see that, kablam, it takes 4 milliseconds. Again, it is more than 10 times faster. And what about if I'm using using a slice to get the first 3 characters? We'll use our apply once again, and then we'll use .stir.slice. And we're going to see, once again, apply takes about 53 milliseconds, and .stir.slice takes 2 milliseconds. Once again, 2.62 divided by 53.7, right? It's like 5% of the timing, meaning it's 20 times faster. Now, am I saying you should switch everything that you are doing with strings in Pandas to PyArrow? The answer is no. There are still places where PyArrow is slower, and you should really double check what you're doing before you just go whole hog into PyArrow strings. But if your use case works with PyArrow strings, and it's worth checking, you can really benefit from some super, super fast string work with almost no changes in your actual code. I hope this was helpful. Tell me what questions you have about this, about strings, about PyArrow, Python and Pandas in general. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back real soon with lots more about Python and Pandas and everything in between. Thanks for watching. See you soon.